Ellie.
I'll dash around back. Oh, I hope you're not too late.
Chief, you're over-dramatizing the situation. Ellie's cooking isn't that bad. Why, I remember a meatloaf she cooked once. It was... Oh, I hope we're not too late.
By doggy, that was a mighty tasty dessert.
Well, I guess you wasn't just funny when you said what you did about chocolate sauce.
What'd I say?
Well, you always said you could eat sawdust if it had chocolate sauce on it.
Hey, May, you didn't feed me chocolate-covered sawdust, did you?
Of course not, Paul.
Good.
That was last night's meatloaf.
Meatloaf?
Remember, you said it was so good you was going to save it for dessert.
This is much better. Am I too late?
I'm afraid so.
Okay, Miss Jane. There's a whole dish of pork chops here.
We got company. Why don't you run up and put on a nice, pretty dress?
Oh, yes, sir, Paul.
Mr. Krabs, are you all right?
Sure, I'm fine, thanks. Glad to see you back, Mr. Drysdale.
I just heard about Ellie cooking. Miss Hathaway should have told you to take your meals out.
Well, I have been taking them out and burying them.
What have you been living on?
Well, Granny left enough victuals for a couple of weeks, but since that run out, it's been mostly roots and berries. And there is a squirrel I am right beholden to for nuts.
That's terrible.
That's all right. I'll make it up to him.
No, starting right now, you're eating at my house.
Well, that's awful nice of you, but I wouldn't want to hurt Ellie's feelings. She's trying her best. Besides, I look for Granny and Jethro back any time now.
Did you arrange their transportation?
Well, no, Mr. Clampett said it had been taken care of.
Oh, they're traveling first class, of course.
Oh, sure. They took the truck.
Why, they should be flying.
They probably are. You can't go too fast for Granny.
Come on, Jethro. We're getting close to home. Faster, faster. Come on, boy. We're putting near to the top of the hill. Hold on.
Granny, if I give out, this thing will roll back on me.
No, it won't. I got the brake on.
Well, let it off. Let it off.
Should I take it out of gear, too?
Yeah. Hold it, Granny. Put the brake on, Granny.
Kind of you to fret over me, but I'll hold out till Granny and...
Put on the brake, Granny.
Hot doggies, I believe that's them now.
I'm tired of your backseat driving.
Truck sure is running quiet. He's here, all right. Welcome home. We's glad to, where's your Granny?
Right here. Where I got stowed when that loudmouth smacked into Miss Jane's car.
Granny!
Why didn't you put on your brake?
I couldn't reach him. I was running alongside, hanging onto the steering wheel.
Oh, that ain't no way to drive.
But Uncle Jed,
You might have hurt your Granny pitching her 10, 12 feet like that.
But Uncle Jed,
And look at your shoes. You done wore them clean down to your pink socks.
what pink socks? Them's my feet.
Call himself a driver. The minute he takes the wheel, wham, he smacks into something.
Now, Granny, the boy has learned his lesson. From now on, he's going to drive sitting in the seat like other folks.
But Uncle Jed, I wasn't driving, I was pushing.
Pushing?
Yes, sir, Miss Jane. Been pushing ever since the truck give out on us at the city limits.
Los Angeles or Beverly Hills?
San Bernardino.
San Bernardino.
Why, that's 50 miles.
Yeah, thank goodness it was all freeway.
That's it. I set it right down there, boys. Thank you. Where's Jethro?
He's going to finish unloading the truck, Granny.
Fine, fine. Now, gather round. There's presents for everybody. Now, the first is for Ellie Mae. Oh, thank you, Granny. It's from your Aunt Pearl. It's a party dress. Pearl sewed it all by hand, every stitch.
Earl's Modiste.
Let's see it, Ellie.
That is beautiful.
It is for a fact, Ellie.
That's a Pearl Bodine original. You won't never see another dress like that, no place.
I believe you.
It is absolutely fabulous.
Run upstairs and try it on.
Oh, yes, sir, Pa.
Pretty, ain't it?
Oh, it's absolutely fabulous. That Pearl is a genius.
I'm glad to hear you say that, Miss Jane, 'cause Pearl sent you something, too.
A dress?
No, but it's a Pearl Bodine original. It's a hat. Here it is.
Ain't that a world beater?
Pearl kept it simple so you could wear it to the bank.
And she will. She will.
I don't know what to say.
Right on, Miss Jane.
Yeah, let's see what it does for you.
Oh, well, my hair's
Oh,
from
now, come on, give us a treat.
Ride's a little low, don't you think, Granny?
Well, Pearl didn't know her size, but she can pad it out with tissue paper.
Well, it is lovely. I'll write Pearl a note and thank her.
You know, Mr. Drysdale, Pearl has never made nothing for me.
Oh, what a shame.
Until now. She has took up making hand-painted neckties. One for you, Mr. Drysdale. And one for you, Chet.
Doggies. Did Pearl paint this?
She sure did. Free hand. No tracing or nothing. And you don't have to worry about getting caught in the rain. That is genuine outdoor barn paint.
It's really. Well, she shouldn't have done it.
Pearl has a favor to ask of you.
She has?
Well, you see, she's right anxious to know how city folks takes to these. And she'd like it a heap if you'd wear yours to the bank.
Oh, you will.
Will you?
Granny, you're embarrassing Mr. Drysdale to ask him a question like that. He's our friend and our neighbor. You know he'll do it.
Sure, of course. Well, Miss Hathaway, we'd better be going.
Oh, just a minute. I got another present I brung you. I picked it out myself. It's for your office.
Souvenir. Snyder's Swamp.
That's the big health resort back in our neck of the woods.
Folks come from miles around to take the cure.
Cure for what?
You know, Jed?
No, but it must work. Nobody ever comes back.
Well, thanks again for these lovely gifts.
Oh, yes, indeed.
Glad you like 'em. Don't you want to see what else I brung from home?
Another time, Granny.
Oh, would you leave the door open, Miss Jane? I gotta ask Granny where she wants her sorghum.
Is that thing full of sorghum?
Oh, yes, sir, 60 gallons.
It must weigh a ton.
Oh, no, ma'am. Only 600 or 700 pounds, but it's kind of clumsy. And I'm pooped from pushing that truck.
There it is, Jed. A telephone.
Granny, we got telephones all over the house.
Not like this, and you ain't. Looky here.
Granny, where do you want your sorghum?
All it knows. Not only is it built better, but with these new phones, you don't have to dial. All you do is turn the crank, lift up the receiver, and say, "Hello, Central, give me so-and-so." I never knowed anything could be so much enjoyment. Why, back to Pearl's, I used to spend 10 to 12 hours a day on this thing.
It's a heap of talking.
I was listening. It's what you call a party line. Jethro, what are you doing?
Get up from there, boy.
Yeah, that's my sorghum barrel you're playing with.
If that thing was to bust open, we'd have an awful mess.
If you want to do something, connect up my new telephone.
Did Jethro do that?
He took it down at Pearl's.
How do y'all like my party dress?
Oh, ain't you pretty?
What Pearl can do with a needle and thread just ain't to be believed.
We gotta have a party so Ellie can wear it.
Quick as I get my new telephone connected, I'll invite everybody on the line.
Hear that, boy? Hurry up. I thought I told you to get up from there. Come on your feet.
Looky that. He's done wore himself out playing with that heavy barrel.
You be tuckered out after pushing a truck 50 miles on the freeway?
Well, we stayed pretty much in the slow lane. Okay. All right, no more playing. Take that barrel around back and connect up my telephone.
Oh, Granny, I'm plumb spent. I can't move a muscle till I have some victuals.
Well, come on, Jethro. I'll make you a meatloaf.
Never mind, Ellie. I I just got my second wind.
What are you talking to, Granny?
Ain't talking to nobody.
Well, who are you listening to?
Ain't listening to nobody neither. Jethro still ain't got me connected up yet. Run outside, see
Good
can you...
news, Granny. Jethro's up the pole, and he says that... You ain't cooking, are you, Ellie?
Oh, I'm fixing to, Paul. I figured I'd bake up a cake for the party.
Well, instead of that, why don't you run out to where Jethro's sitting on top of that pole?
Well, what for?
Well, I don't want no terrible accident to happen.
Oh, don't you worry, Paul. I won't let him fall off that pole.
That ain't the accident I had in mind.
When am I going to come in hearing something?
Any minute, Granny. You know, there's a heap of wires up on that pole for Jethro to choose from. How you coming, boy?
Fine, Uncle Jed. Granny's gonna have plenty to listen to. These old telephone wires is humming like a swarm of bees.
Granny, I don't know what you heard, but it must have been an earful.
Granny.
Excuse me, Chief.
Just a minute. Now, look, Margaret, I don't care how long the electricity has been off. I can't fix it. Call the power and light. My wife says the whole neighborhood is... Get that nightmare off your head.
Carpets are on their way up.
What? Oh, my God. Put mine on. Here. Can we come in? Well, look who's here. We were just admiring our beautiful gifts.
Well, we're glad you like it.
Oh, lovely. Now, what can we do for you?
Well, it seems that Granny here come back from the hills with a powerful hankering to have herself a party line telephone.
A what?
A party line telephone.
Party line telephone?
Jed, ask him about the party line telephone.
I just did, Granny.
Hey!
Yeah, I just did.
Did what?
Ask him about the party line telephone.
Well, if you won't do it, I guess I'll have to. I'd like to have a party line telephone.
Has something gone wrong with Granny's hearing?
Yes, ma'am. You see, Pearl give Granny her telephone, but Jethro must have hooked it up wrong because it blowed up in Granny's ear.
Jed, tell him what happened to Pearl's telephone.
I just did.
Eh?
I say, I just did.
Did what?
Tell him what happened to Pearl's telephone.
You see, Pearl give me her telephone, but Jethro must have connected it up wrong, because every time...
Granny, I told him.
Eh?
Mr. Clem, explain to us what happened with Pearl's telephone.
That's it. That's what I want. Can you get me one?
It's your pleasure a heap.
Well, I'll do my best.
What'd you say?
He said he'd do his best.
Eh?
His best.
Yeah. Looks real nice with Pearl's top. But what about the telephone?
He'll do it. Okay.
I'll do my...
Good. Thank you, Mr. Drysdale. And I'd like about 10 or 12 parties on the line. And see if you can get me Pearl's old ring. 3 shorts and a long.
Thanks again.
Chief, this is Beverly Hills. You'll never...
Oh, connect me with the telephone business office, please.
This is the home of private phones and unlisted numbers. You'll never get the Clampetts a party line.
Don't worry. The right threat can accomplish miracles.
You're going to threaten the telephone company?
No, I'm going to threaten you. Get them a party line or you're fired.
Hello?
That's a nice little walk down to the bank and back. We ought to do more of that, don't you think?
You know, Dad, that's a nice little walk down to the bank and back. I think the exercise helped my hearing.
Yeah.
Eh?
I should have known better than to depend on you.
But But, Chief...
What am I going to tell the clampers when they want to know why? There they are. Your hat. Where's your hat?
Oh, it's in there.
Come in, come in. I was just admiring this beautiful pillow. Can't wait to get to Snyder's Swamp.
Well, I won't hold you up long.
Who are you?
Well, I'm Mr. Kramer with the telephone company. The business office says you requested a party line.
Well, not for me. It's for this eccentric little lady.
Oh. I understand you want a party line.
No. She's not the one either. I'm talking about a real oddball character.
I see. But in any event, I have come to explain that the telephone company is unable to grant your request.
Baloney.
I beg your pardon?
It's no longer a request. It's a demand.
Demand?
Yes, my bank does a lot of business with the telephone company. Now, either you give the Clampets a party line, or you're going to lose a good customer. Now, drop that in your coin box and see what number you get.
Now, y'all wait right here while I go fetch Mr. Drysdale. And, Granny, I'd be much obliged if you'd stop your belly aching. Seems to me we got a whole heap to be grateful for tonight.
Name me something.
Well, Mr. Drysdale taking us all out to supper.
Yeah, we won't have to eat Ellie's cooking.
And Jethro's got the truck running again. You got your hearing back?
What good is it? I ain't got no party line to listen to.
Granny, don't you be throwing that up to Mr. Drysdale. He done his best. He went right to the wall for you. Don't you mean-mouth him no more.
Mr. Drysdale, he don't know nothing.
Mr. Drysdale, we ready to go to supper?
Oh, good. I'll have Miss Hathaway check our reservations.
Well, I didn't see her in her office.
Well, she's filling in on the switchboard.
Oh. Well, we sure do want to thank you for the scrap you put up over Granny's party line.
My pleasure. I showed the telephone company they can't push Milburn Drysdale around. Hello? Miss Hathaway?
Yes, Chief? Hello, Chief?
Miss Hathaway,
Oh, there you are, Chief. Yes, what is it?
check my dinner reservation.
Yes, sir. Hold the notes, please.
Great little system. Saves a bundle. The only thing we haven't licked is long distance.
Well, yeah, I reckon it is cheating a little. But I'm desperate to get this girl a husband, and winning that contest can do it.
Well, I sympathize with you, Granny, but won't Mr. Clampett object?
Of course he will. Getting him to swallow this will take a heap of sugar coating, but... I'll have to call you back, Miss Jane. John Barrymore just walked in.
You see?
No! It ain't John Barrymore. It's Milton Sills. You're too young for Milton. Why, Jed Clampett, you handsome rascal.
Have you gotten into your rheumatism medicine?
Kid, I was only funning. But you are an uncommon handsome man. I often wondered how you stay single. But I reckon it's because Ellie Mae ain't married yet.
Granny, are you fixing to tell me something?
Not while you got that axe in your hand, I ain't. Kid, before I tell you, I want you to promise not to use no bad words on me.
Well, I wouldn't do that.
Well, Ellie Mae has won first prize in a cooking contest.
How?
That's a bad word. You broke your promise to me.
How could Ellie Mae win first prize in a cooking contest? That girl can't boil water.
She didn't win it for water. She won it for soup.
Soup?
Well, this company was looking for a new soup, and Ellie won it with Snyder's surprise.
Now, Granny, you're the only one that...
Wrong, Jed. Not wrong.
Then get on the phone and call that soup company.
Jed, those Don't you want to see your daughter married?
Of course I do.
Well, that sweet innocent child don't know how to trap a husband. I got a heifer.
It ain't right trapping him with your bait.
He's done past the prime marrying age. We're dealing with a middle-aged woman.
I thought she was a sweet, innocent child.
Naturally, you're her father.
You call that soup company.
It's terrible to be an old woman. Nobody loves you. Folks all yell at you.
Stop feeling sorry for yourself.
I'm talking about Ellen. The Savory Soup Company.
This isn't the savory soup.
Oh, I think you'd have to range out a little ways. Say to Utah.
Benny, I am staying right here.
That high-spirited animal can't be held back. He's got to go hunting or have a fit.
Benny, it'll get you off our backs. Duke and me'll see can we jump you a few rabbits.
Not cottontails, Jed. Fetch me some jackrabbits. Them big rascals. Mountain jacks. The kind you have to find way back in the high country.
I don't like this, Miss Hathaway. I don't like it at all. Using this bank as a mail drop to fraudulently win a cooking contest. Oh, I'm very angry with you.
Chief, I told you Granny did it. Well, why yell at me?
Well, you don't think I'm crazy enough to yell at her, do you?
But, Chief, I'm sure Granny doesn't think she did anything fraudulent. She only...
Well, she did. And that's what this is. Out and out fraud. Granny cooked the soup. Ellie Mae won the... Does any money come with this?
No, just publicity.
Out and out fraud. And I will not let the bank get involved. Granny's got to be told in no uncertain terms to confess the truth, or I'll blow this contest wide open.
Chief, I'm sure you're going to make me tell her. Now, why are you putting your hat on?
Well, someone has to drive the getaway car.
How do you do? Is this a home of Ellie Mae Clampett?
You mean the rich, beautiful, young, unmarried girl that won the cooking contest with Snyder's Soup Prize Soup?
Yes, yes.
No, this ain't her home.
It isn't?
It belongs to her pa. But she lives here. Come in.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
I'm Ellie's granny.
Well, I'm Stafford Clark of Savory Soup. This gentleman represents our advertising company.
Roger Dickerback. Dickerback, Breedlove, Burnett, Henderson, Postal Way, Johnson, Northcross, and Wesson.
By the time they call you for supper, you've done missed it.
That's my company name.
Well, excuse me if I treat you like family, because I'll never remember.
May we meet your granddaughter?
You mean the rich, beautiful, young, unmarried girl that won the contest?
Yes.
Follow me. She's out in the kitchen, as always. Just loves to cook, that young'un.
Say, how do you feel this? Young, wealthy girl loves to cook, spends all of her time in the kitchen. Well, what's the catch?
I'm afraid we'll find out when we see her.
You mean
She's got to be a real beetle.
It's a good thing I warned you. She sure is a sight, ain't she?
Roger, let's remember why we're here. Miss Clampett, I want to congratulate you for cooking the best shape soup.
Ellie, this is Mr. Clark. Well, howdy.
You do.
And this fella's name is Roger. I can't recollect the rest of it.
Dickerback, how do you do?
Howdy. Tell her your company name.
Dickerback, Breedlove, Burnett, Henderson, Postal Way, Johnson, Northcross, and Wesson.
How would you like to carve his headstone?
Miss Clampett, I'd like to take this opportunity to tell you that I think that Snyder's Surprise is the most unusual and the most delicious soup I ever tasted.
Well, I like it, too.
Could you tell us how it's made?
Okay. Well, what she means is she can't tell you. But if you put her on television, she can show you.
Why, that's an excellent idea.
Granny, I never been on television. I know, honey. But I'll be right there, handing you things, helping you. That's all right with you, ain't it?
Well, I
I think I would prefer to use our own home economist, Sally Savory. Oh, she can help you.
But Granny's the only one that's ever made Snyder's surprise.
What?
What she means is it's a family secret. Handed down, word of mouth. Now, could your Miss Savory stand there and hand Ellie a dab of this and a smidgen of that and a touch of something?
Well, I hardly think so.
Well, there you are. She needs me.
You ain't just a woofing, Granny.
What do you think, Roger?
Well, it might have commercial potential. Old family recipe kept secret for generations. Finally revealed to savory soup.
And we give it to the world.
Right.
Now, young lady, it looks to me like you're going to be on television.
Well, first of all, of course, you'll have to sign these releases and authorizations. She is 21.
She ain't no such thing. Why, that sweet child is just barely past 14.
14?
Oh, give or take a year or two.
Oh, well, I'm afraid then these papers will have to be signed by her mother and father.
Well, I ain't got no ma, and my pa ain't here neither. He's done gone to the high country.
Ain't that pitiful, poor child? I'll sign the papers.
He'll be coming back, though.
Who will?
My pa.
Ain't that pitiful? Give me the pen.
He's just out hunting with my cousin Jethro.
Nobody tells me nothing around here.
I think we'd better wait and get Mr. Clampett's signature.
There he is now. I'll have him sign him and fetch the papers back to you.
Oh, under the circumstances, I think we better witness this signature.
You better come with me, Ellie. That front door's awful hard to open.
Well, Chief, we tried. I guess they're not home. Move over.
Get back there, you coward.
Mr. Drysdale, you're just the fella I'm looking for.
Stop her, Miss Hathaway. Save me.
What are you scared of? All I want's a little favor.
Oh, well, what is it?
Come out to the kitchen, pretend you're Jed, and sign his name to some papers.
Wait, you want me to impersonate Mr. Clampett and forge his signature?
That's all. Come on.
Now, wait a minute. I can't do that.
You got to. It's the only way I can get Ellie on the television and get her a husband.
I'm sorry, I can't do it.
Are you refusing to do me one little old favor?
Well, yes,
Granny, he could be sent to prison.
No. If he ain't gonna do it as a favor, I ain't gonna force him. Just go to the kitchen and tell them fellers to forget about it. Ellie and me will commence packing. I promised myself if I didn't get Ellie a husband this time, we were going back home for good.
No, wait.
4 years in Beverly Hills is enough. This quick as fish fry.
But, Grant...
Just get Jed's money bailed. We'll be leaving first thing in the morning.
Spot. Go to prison for forgery or give up $60 million.
I'm sorry, Chief. I wish there was some way I could help. Chief, don't look at me like that. No, Chief, wait.
Relax. Your job will be waiting for you when you get out. Well, gentlemen, I find these papers in order. I'm certain that I can persuade Mr. Clampett to sign them.
That's wonderful, Mr. Drysdale.
Oh, glad to do it, glad to do it. J.D. Clampett has a lot of money in my bank, and I feel sure that it's going to make him feel good to know that he's doing business with fellow depositors.
But, Mr. Drysdale, I don't believe my company has an account with your bank.
Neither is my ad agency.
Really? Oh, my, that does present a problem. Oh, yes, very clannish, these Hill people. They like to feel that there's a sort of bond, you know. Well, it's too bad. It could have been a great campaign.
Well, now, wait. Maybe I can get my company to open a small commercial account if I put on the pressure.
Me too. Gentlemen, you're using a word I don't like. Pressure? No. Small.
How's the medium?
Try again.
Substantial?
Keep going. Large? You've just made Mr. Clampett a very happy man. Come in, J.D. We're waiting for your signature, Mr. Clampett. It's all right, they're fellow depositors. A very bashful man, excuse me. So, you got your hair cut, you could hear better. This is Mr. Clark and Mr. Dickerback.
Well, I'm happy to meet you, Mr. Clampett.
Mr. Clampett, you've got to stop taking these long hunting trips. Why, you're down to skin and bone.
Mr. Clampett, I'm sure you're going to be very happy to know that both my own soup company and Mr. Dickerback's ad agency are opening substantial accounts at Mr. Drysdale's bank.
What kind? Right. Sign here, J.D.
Not until you promise to give that there fine, upstanding, efficient, hard-working secretary of yours a raise.
What?
And I think it's high time she was getting in on that there pension and profit-sharing plan, too.
I'll take it up with her later. You can count on that.
You got to have your promise now, in front of these here witnesses.
Okay, I promise. A substantial raise.
What kind?
Large.
Large raise, pension, and profit-sharing.
And I'll throw in hospitalization. She's going to need it.
Well, gee whiz, Granny. Do we have to go back home?
You want a husband, don't you?
Well, sure, but...
Well, you ain't gonna get one out here. We've been yelling suey for 4 years. Ain't got a hog to the trough yet.
Granny, you won't have to leave. Everything is all set.
Mr. Clampett just signed the papers.
Ellie Mae's going to be the savory soup girl.
We'll be back in a couple of hours for a taping session.
The raise is $10 a week. Make that 15. 15! All right, let's say 12 and a half. Hi.
Well, don't let this gun scare you. I just been out jumping a few jacks. You from back home? Kinfolk? Must be from Granny's side of the family. I figure you got her framed. You sure ain't got her mouth.
Don't you worry, child. I'm gonna see that everything...
Oh, Paul, thank you for signing them papers.
Oh, Jed, you did sign the papers. I thought that maybe Mr. Drysdale... Who's that goomer?
Ain't he your kin?
I ain't never seen him before.
And now, young lady, I'm going to Mexico. Goodbye, everybody.
Chief, I am not going to face this alone.
Miss Hathaway, what is the meaning of this masquerade?
Oh, come now.
Doggies it is, Miss Jean.
Miss Hathaway, I demand a full explanation of your behavior. Have it on my desk when I return from Mexico.
Drysdale?
Yes?
Seems to me that there's more than one fox here with feathers on his mouth. Supposing we all sit down at the table and give all the chickens a chance to cackle.
All right, Granny, can we see you at the kettle, please? That's it, right there. That's good. All right, Granny. Are you ready?
Howdy, all you folks out there in television land. I'm fixing to show you how I make Snyder's surprise soup. It's named after Snyder Swamp back home, 'cause it's made from all the critters who live there. First, you start with a good, rich gator stock. I reckon some of you city folks calls it alligator. But back home, we don't use the Ellie.
Did you call me, Granny?
Bless my soul. If it ain't my rich, beautiful, young, unmarried granddaughter, Ellie Mae Clampett.
Yes, ma'am.
Look at that smile. Ain't a tooth in her head needs it.
I might have known.
I reckon she's gonna have a swim in the cement pond just to cool off from all that work in the kitchen. Just loves to cook, that girl.
Figure. Works at a drive-in restaurant. Boy, when she comes at me with a plate of hamburgers and French fries, my heart just goes to beat like a hammer. When she gets near and I see them little dabs of ketchup on her apron, smell that pickle relish on her fingers, that pretty near drives me mad.
Well, I reckon there's all kinds of love.
Oh, it's a real thing, Uncle Jim. I can feel it right here.
You sure that ain't indigestion?
No. But you got to give me some advice on court.
I must have ate 300 hamburgers in the last week, and she ain't even give me a smile.
Well, boy, I'd sure like to help. But it's been a long while since I fished in them kind of waters, and times have changed.
What do you mean?
Well, I always say, if you want to know what kind of bait they're biting on, ask the fella that's catching his limit.
Uncle Jed, I don't think you and me is talking about the same thing.
You ought to ask a ladies' man for advice.
Well, I don't know nothing. Unless it's Dash Riprock or them other movie stars.
Now you got yourself an idea.
You mean Dash?
He's got himself a string fool.
Yeah.
Hot dog! Look at this place! Never mind, Jethro. Let's get right down to business. I'm expecting a friend. We can talk while I'm getting ready. Now, you say you want to learn how to make a hit with this girl.
Oh, no, sir. I want to marry her.
First thing you've got to do is get a date. You know how to ask for one?
Well, how about, hey, let's you and me go out spooning.
Oh, no, Jethro. There's a better way. Try something like, let's make this our evening to remember.
I see. Let me try. Let's make this our evening to remember. How about that, huh?
Jethro, I was putting on cologne.
Boy, you sure do smell good.
Jethro, I don't think I'm the kind of teacher you need.
Oh, come on, Dash. Why, you don't have to teach me. Just show me how you'd court a girl.
Well, all right. We'd probably start with a candlelight dinner for two and a little romantic atmosphere. Drapes closed. Soft music. Yeah. Flames lit.
Dog! Is that the way you cook the candlelight dinner for two?
No. Then we'd sit on the sofa. I'd put my arm around her, turn to her and say...
Hey, wait. Don't tell me. I know this part. You say, how do I love thee? Now let me softer the waist. I love thee to the depth and breadth and height my soul can reach.
Oh, howdy, Miss Jane. Come in. Good to see you.
Mr. Clampett, I have most distressing news. Jethro just called to tell us that he's purchasing a flashy new convertible.
I know. I told him to call you in case there's any papers he needs signed.
But did you know he's taking love lessons from Dash Riprock?
Yes, ma'am.
But Mr. Clampett, Dash Riprock is a notorious rake, roue, and libertine. Before you know it, Jethro will be just like him.
Well, it's a lot to hope for, but the boy does catch on to things fast.
Hi, Miss Hathaway.
No! Don't touch me, you fiend. You may have all the other women in the world. But you shall never have me.
Hi there, Dash. How are you?
Hi, Mr. Clampett. You know that Miss Hathaway is a real ding-a-ling.
But just between us, she's kind of took with you, too. So you come over to see Ellie Mae, have you?
Well, yes, sir. I was hoping she'd like to go out on a double date with me.
Double date? Well, I don't hardly think she'd want to be sharing you with another girl.
No, sir. Double date with another couple. Jethro was going to ask Susie, and he wondered if I'd like to go along.
Oh, well, we're much obliged for the way you happened, boy.
Oh, it's my pleasure, Mr. Clampett. I hope you don't mind my advising him to get a nice convertible for dates. Jethro needs to project it.
No, I mean my new car. Ain't it something?
Sure. But what?
Hey, it's my Hollywood wolf wagon. I bet you never seen anything like this before.
No, I've never seen anything like you before.
Oh, shucks.
Look, I'm busy. What's your order?
You?
Oh, forget it, Buster. You want the usual 6 hamburgers or not?
No, I better check the notes. Let's make this our evening to remember.
Go jump in the lake.
I'll be looking forward to it. It's the last time I'll ever listen to anything Dash Riprock tells me.
You know Dash Riprock? The movie star?
Oh, yeah, he's the one you and me were supposed to double date with tonight.
Really?
Yeah, we was going to a drive-in movie.
Jethro, try me again.
Again? You mean the part about making this our evening to remember?
I'd love to.
Hot dog! I must have read my notes wrong.
Hey, Susie, how about some popcorn?
Jethro, is this the only movie you could find?
Here comes the swamp monster. What happened to the sound?
I bet through the speaker cord.
Jethro, let's go get a drink of water.
Oh, I already had 6 orange drinks, Dash. I ain't thirsty.
I am. Come on. Jethro, will you forget about food? Start doing some good with Susie?
Oh, I'm waiting for the love scenes, Dash. Like you told me.
Love scenes? In this movie?
Yeah. In the end, the swamp monster falls in love with the giant squid.
Well, don't wait for that. As soon as you can, put your arms around her and say some of the things I told you.
Gotcha, Dash. Susie?
Great view. Maybe you'll have better luck there.
Boy, I hope so. Susie's getting to like the swamp monster better than me. Hey, what do you say we get out of this place?
Oh, I'm for that.
I know a spot up on Mulholland Drive.
Well,
Take it easy. It's going to mean crawling under the car and getting all greasy and ruining some good clothes. But don't you worry. Ellie will fix it.
I wish you'd come inside.
Where are they, Jed?
Well, maybe it's one of them, what you call double features.
Till 4 in the morning?
Hold on, Granny. Here they come now.
Boy, your old car sure made a mess of our double date.
Oh, quit complaining, Ellie. Got us home, didn't it?
Oh, howdy there, Dash.
Good morning, Mr. Babbitt. Did Jethro and Ellie Mae get home all right last night?
Oh, yeah. What you got there?
Well, this is Jethro's drive shaft. I found it on the ground after they towed him away.
Too bad about last night. Car took the wind out of the boy's sail.
Really down in the dumps, huh?
If he was any lower, he could walk under a bench with his hat on.
Well, I'll have a talk with him.
How do I love thee? Let me count the ways. I love thee to the depth and breadth and height my soul can reach.
You reading poetry to Susie again?
Not Susie, Duke.
Duke?
Yeah. I'm through with women. Dogs is man's best friend. Oh, hi, Dash.
I wouldn't give up on Susie so soon, Jethro. I think your car was most of the trouble.
Yeah, well, it ain't gonna be no more. Yonder she sits, squashed into one big hunk.
That's your car?
Yes, sir. I hauled it down to the junkyard and had them bail it.
Well, what'd you do that for?
Well, I knew it weren't no good, Uncle Jed, but I just couldn't bear to part with it.
Cheer up, Jethro. We can still figure out a way for you to make a hit with Susie.
Well, I don't think so, Dash. I can't even make a hit with Duke.
You know, when I was courting, I always done best when I took the girl out someplace extra special. Like, up to watch the bats fly out of Carson's cave at sundown.
Oh, shucks. I'd do all right, though, if I had a pad like Dash's to ask a girl up to.
Okay, you've got it.
I do?
You sure, Dash?
Well, sure, I got a date with Ellie Mae tonight. He can have it all evening.
Hot dog! I'll go out and ask Susie right now.
Watch out for that!
Jethro may not be the smartest date that girl ever has, but he'll sure be the cleanest.
Come in, beautiful. Come in, beautiful. Come in, beautiful.
Jethro.
Howdy. I mean, come in, beautiful.
This is Dash Riprock's apartment.
Gee, I never thought I'd get a date with you after last night.
Neither did I.
Huh?
Nothing. Do you think Dash might show up later on?
We're all alone.
Oh, well. Just wait till the girls hear that I was in Dash's apartment. What is that smell?
It's cologne. I picked it out myself. It's called Kissing the Lilacs.
Jethro, that's a perfume for women.
I know. You're a woman. That's why I throw it on an extra lot. Would you like a drink?
Sure.
Ice water right out of the tap.
Well, this is a surprise, Ellie. I thought we'd be going out tonight.
Well, you ain't even had the surprise yet, Dash. Close your eyes. Now, sit down and let me hold your hand. Here it comes. Taffy.
Taffy?
Yeah, pull it. Now we're gonna have some real fun.
Oh, boy.
I'll get it, Granny.
But I could stand by no longer. I must rescue Jethro from the tainted tutelage of that despicable Dash Riprock.
Jethro ain't here, Miss Jean.
No, he's over to Dash's apartment.
On the job training, I suppose. Wait until I see Dash.
Dash is in the parlor with Ellie.
You left them alone!
Let go, Dash. Let go.
I can't, Ellie. I'm stuck on you.
Unhand that child! And now to rescue Jethro.
You know that Miss Hathaway is a real ding-a-ling.
She give Dash a clock upside of the head.
Remind me not to invite her to a taffy pull.
You'd appear right worked up over it.
Are you sure you wouldn't like to sit on the sofa?
Oh, no, thanks, Jethro. I really ought to be going now. It's been a real thrill. Gee, thanks for everything.
Hey, wait, don't go. We can watch TV.
Oh, is there a Dash Riprock picture on?
I'll see.
Oh.
We can watch for a while, and by then our candlelight gourmet supper for two will be ready. Susie?
Oh, no. No more of that.
Hey, wait!
No, I really have to go, Jethro. Thanks for everything.
Hey, but we ain't had our candlelight gourmet supper for two yet. Wait, I'll get it. Cooked just special for you. I know you're gonna like it. Look, 3 dozen hamburgers. Heck, Far. I didn't get a chance to dim the lights or turn on the music or light the flames. It's a shame to waste all these hamburgers. Well, I guess I'm just gonna have to sit down and drown my sorrow.
Jethro! I'm here to save you. Save me from what? The influence of Dash Riprock.
Oh, shucks. I didn't get a chance to use any of the things Dash showed me.
What things?
Well, lots of stuff. You want some of these hamburgers?
Show me. What things?
Miss Jane, you're too nice a girl. I mean, you're not the type
Jethro, show me.
First, you gotta go sit on the sofa.
Yes, then what?
Well, then I'm supposed to sit down, sneak my hand over, and turn on the music.
Yes?
Boy, them hamburgers sure smell good.
What next?
Then I'm supposed to dim the lights.
Yes?
Then I'm supposed to say, "You're beautiful, but ravishing."
Yes.
And then I'm supposed to say,
Jethro, This is maddening.
I know. I can't stand it no longer.
Oh, me neither.
Good. Let's get out them hamburgers.
Is the new dasher from my churn about ready?
Pretty near, Granny, but I wish you'd give up churning when you're mad. We've been getting a lot of splinters in the butter lately.
Well, you can blame Jethro for the state I'm in. I declare, Jed, that boy is turning into a first-class girl chaser.
Well, I always said if you're going to do something, do it well.
That's it. Make a joke of it. What you ought to do is take him to the woodshed.
We ain't got a woodshed.
And they call this a mansion. He ought to do something. He's run out on his chores again today.
Well, Granny, he's likely just hiding. All you got to do is flush him out.
I say he ain't here. And I say he's where he is every day. Riding up and down Wilshire Boulevard on that truck, showing off to the girls.
He ain't showing off today. I just clipped his wings. I took the steering wheel.
Mark my words, Jed, that boy is headed for trouble. He's on the road to ruination.
Well, if he is, he's walking.
Don't say I didn't warn you. And it's you that give him the 3 keys to perdition.
3 keys to perdition?
Fine clothes, fancy car, and 50 cents a week. And it's you that'll reap the harvest when the seeds of temptation is trampled on by the little foxes. Because as the rod is spared, so is the twig bent. And then the dancers has got to pay for casting the first stone.
Home, she just...
I bet you don't recognize her, do you?
Who don't? I never forget a face.
Granny, we ain't seen this family in some time. They used to...
Now, don't tell me. I'll get her place right off. Gertrude Schotmeyer. Isabel Gooch. Frida Boggs. Florence Twitty. F.C. Holt. Fanny Bell Nichols. Lily Holmes. Lucilla Jacks.
Granny.
Now, don't tell me. Don't tell me I never forget a face.
Give me a little hint. Possum Ridge. Jake and Dora.
Of course. Dora Ridge. Dora Possum.
This is Jake and Dora Fetty's girl, Emmeline.
Why'd you have to tell me? I'd have got it. Honey.
Thank you, Granny.
Well, Jethro, let's get Emmeline settled up in the spare room next to Ellie Mae.
Yes, sir.
Speaking of Ellie, put her down. I meant take her things up to the spare room.
Oh, now, wait. I just come by to make my handies. I don't aim to put my feet under your table.
Hey, looky here. A cuckoo clock.
Paul had me fetch this along to get me up mornings. He said the hotel might not have a rooster.
Oh, Emmeline, you're at home, folks. We can't let you stay in a hotel.
Bus driver said that I might be able to get into the YWCA.
I wouldn't stay no place that had to be spelt in mixed company.
You're staying right here.
I sure don't want to be any bother.
Won't be no bother at all. I'll just water the soup.
Howdy.
Ellie Mae, you recognize this girl?
Now, don't waste your time, Jed. She ain't got my memory for faces. This is Emmeline Fetty from back home.
Oh, hi there, Emmeline. Howdy, Ellie. My goodness, y'all sure wear short dresses out here.
Oh, this here's what you call a beach jacket.
Ellie, you're showing your skimpies.
This is a bathing suit.
A bathing suit?
I reckon you ain't never seen nothing like that before, have you?
I sure never. Back home, folks still takes a bath with nothing on.
Well, Ellie Mae explained it to you. Ellie, suppose you take Emmeline up and show her that spare room next to yours and see if she's made comfortable.
Sure will, Paul. Come on, Emmeline. Later on, we'll go swimming in a cement pond.
Jed, how come Jake and Dora didn't write us their daughter was coming to California?
Could be because they can't write.
Why'd you come?
Could be because they sent her.
What for?
Well, Granny, when you got as many young'uns as the Fetties, you don't need too big a reason for getting share one.
sure had a house full, didn't they?
Yeah, just for a fact. You throw a rock on their roof, it looked like school was letting out.
I declare, y'all so good to me, it's just making my head spin. I think I better lay down for a spell. What's that thing?
Oh, that there's a telephone. Why, you can talk to folks that lives miles away from here on that.
What'll they think of next?
Well, I'll be back directly, Emmeline.
Bye, Ellie. Colonel, Rita. Okay, I'm in Fort Knox. Yeah, they fell for it. Hook, line, and spare room. Great job of research on that Fetty family. I thought there was something you dreamed up. Don't worry. I've got enough photographs and tape recordings to shake Jed Clampett loose from a cool million.
Emmeline's just a pining and hunting to go swimming, but she don't want to wear no bathing suit. What?
Go put the steering wheel on the truck.
Well, I already done that.
Well, then drive it down to the station and fill it with gas.
Well, I done that too.
Then drive it around till it needs doing again and then do it again.
But Uncle Jed, that ain't...
Oh, boy.
Got gas.
Honey Mae, you give Emmeline one of your bathing suits and explain to her...
Well, I done give her one of my bathing suits, Paul, but she's scared you won't like her showing her limbs.
Well, I gotta admit, it did jolt me some when we first come out here, but seems all the young'uns do it, so tell her it's all right.
Well, I did, Paul, but she says she ain't gonna budge out of her room until you come up and tell her it's fitting.
Well, that's the way it has to be.
Who is it?
It's me, Jed Clampett. I just want to say it's all right for you to go swimming in your swimming suit. See you downstairs.
Oh, just wait a minute. Don't go away. Oh, Mr. Clampett, it's you.
Yes, ma'am.
Gracious, and I'm standing here with my bare limbs showing. Why, I'm so ashamed.
Well, don't call for you to feel ashamed, Emmeline. Things are different out here than they is back home.
Please let me go to the YWCA.
Oh, you're staying right here.
Oh, don't do that, Mr. Clampett.
What? Oh, don't do what?
Don't shut the door.
All right, leave it open.
Oh, Mr. Clampett, I trust you. Honest, I do. You remind me so much of my daddy.
Emmeline, you out here?
I gotta go. King Kong is stalking us.
Hey, what you doing?
Jethro, there's a bee in this gourd, and it's just a buzzing to beat the band.
Well, that ain't no gourd.
Well, it's got a vine on it.
This here is our telephone, you poor dumb country girl.
Sorry.
Oh, shucks. No, I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. You won't believe this, but 4 years ago when we came here, well, I was just as big a hick as you are.
Oh, go on.
Well, yeah, it's the truth. Well, I was a regular hayseed.
You sure have changed.
Well, I reckon it's living so close to Hollywood, some of that movie star stuff just rubbed off on me.
Can we get to town by 2 o'clock? Well, I want to get back here in time for my chores.
Well, I'll check the time. Oh, let's see.
Land sakes. Look at that watch.
You noticed it, huh? My Uncle Jed gave it to me. Let me pick it out myself.
It's a doozy.
See that little mouse with them short breeches and them yellow gloves? Well, his hands tell the time.
What time is it now?
I don't know. One of the hands fell off.
Excuse me, Chief. There's a Colonel Foxhall to see you.
Has he got an appointment?
No, but he says it concerns $1 million.
He's got an appointment.
Colonel.
Thank you, my dear.
Colonel Foxhall?
Colonel Gaylord Meriwether Foxhall, at your service, sir.
My pleasure.
Sit down. Thank you.
Well, I understand this concerns $1 million.
Yes, I believe I am conservative in valuing the contents of this portmanteau at $1 million cash.
Miss Hathaway, bring in a deposit slip.
Oh, but I'm not depositing. I am withdrawing.
What do you mean withdrawing? How can you withdraw if you haven't got any money in the bank?
Yes, sir, but I believe Mr. Clampett has a great deal of money in your bank. And it's $1 million of his that I plan to withdraw.
You a friend of Jed Clampett?
I never met the gentleman.
Miss Hathaway, what's the idea of letting this Southern fried phony in my office?
An appointment?
You said he had $1 million. Now throw him out.
Mr. Drysdale, before you make any rash decisions, what does this look like to you?
Like a wild old man after a sweet young girl.
Exactly. Would you care to identify that wild old man?
Possible.
Here are some others you might care to peruse. They tell the sordid tale of a sweet, innocent country girl who was lured into the mansion of a Beverly Hills millionaire. Once inside, this frightened maiden pleaded to be allowed the sanctuary of the YWCA. But her pleas fell on deaf and decadent ears.
Now look, I don't.
Thereupon, as these pictures so clearly illustrate, the sanctity of her boudoir was brazenly invaded by this backwoods Bluebeard. But Mr. Clampett did, my dear, and the scars upon the soul of this sweet, simple maiden can be erased only by time. Time and $1 million. Cash.
This is out-and-out extortion, the old Badger game. I'm going to call the police.
Mr. Drysdale, you do lack imagination. I believe, Mr. Clampett, you should be an officer in your bank.
Well, Chief, you did make him vice president for a day.
So, let's look at tomorrow morning's headlines.
Commerce Bank officer in love with this scandal.
Well, that's just a dummy newspaper.
True. The real one will be profuse.
Uncle Jed, when I got to the multiplication table at 12, it like it drove her crazy. She commenced moaning, gasping for breath, and her eyes rolled back in her head.
Good thing you didn't sign for no gazintas. She might have married you then and there.
I'll go do something for her right now.
Emmeline! Hey, Emmeline!
Wait a minute, boy. We're just come back.
Emmeline! Oh, here you are. Hey, listen to this. A 5 goes into 5 once, 5 goes into 10 twice.
I still say the Clampetts are innocent. And Emmeline is just a Jezebel, recruited by this.
Help! Help!
Oh, howdy, Miss Jane. Howdy, Miss Jane. Jethro, come back here. Stop chasing her.
Put her down. She don't belong to you yet.
Oh, yes, she does.
Yes, she does. Go on in, folks. Put her down, Jethro.
Shocking. Shocking. Why, they're fighting over her like beasts. I'm not so sure we should settle for $1 million.
What do you think, Granny?
Oh, I like this one, Jed.
They're all good pictures. What are you asking for these, Colonel Foxhole?
Foxhall, sir. I'm asking $1 million.
$1 million?
Well, I ain't bought many pictures, but that does seem a mite steep.
Mr. Clampett, if you don't need his price, these pictures will appear on the front page of tomorrow's newspaper.
Well, there's an idea, Granny. Let's wait till tomorrow and cut them out of the paper.
Good thinking, Jed. Excuse me, everybody. I got a brace of possum in the oven.
I hope you'll stay to supper, Colonel. Granny's possum is finger-licking good.
Mr. Clampett, I find your levity and jocularity most inappropriate to the solemn occasion which has brought us together here, and I will tolerate no further sham or delay while this sweet, innocent girl suffers the pangs of purloined probity.
Well, doggy. Put him with Granny, and a pair of them would tear a camp meeting wide open.
What happened to Emmeline? Oh, there you are. 5 goes into 15 3 times, 5 goes into 24.
Please.
Oh, it drives you wild, too, huh, Miss Jane? What are these pictures? Hey, Uncle Jed, You're kissing my girl.
Jethro.
No wonder you sent me out of the house this morning. Why, you was aiming to steal my sweetie.
Jethro. Keep talking, boy. I'm recording every word.
I'm sorry, Uncle Jed, but we're going to have to fight us a duel.
Now, look, boy.
I'll be back quick as I can find a glove to slap you with.
Miss Clampett, I urge you to make some sort of settlement.
Decency demands it, sir. And I say to you, if satisfaction is not...
Colonel, come down off your stump. I aim to do the right thing.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Miss Emmeline and me will be married right off. Roll to the Hills demands it. I done seen her in her skimpies and flimsies. We leave for Bug Tussle tonight. Honeymoon in Snyder's Swamp. And we'll move into that little shack back to Possum Ridge with your ma and pa and 17 sisters.
You gotta be out of your skull.
Now, my
Drop dead. I'm blowing this caper.
Hey, Emmeline, I couldn't find a glove to swap my Uncle Jed with, but will you marry me without a duel?
Get lost.
Hot dog! Uncle Jed, she's still...
Congratulations, Lieutenant. You've apprehended the most vicious criminal since Jesse James. And you're going to receive a handsome reward from my bank.
Oh, just doing my job, Mr. Drysdale. I don't want any reward.
No. I insist. Miss Hathaway, see that this fine detective receives one of our new calendars.
All right, Foxy.
Foxhole, sir. Colonel Gaylord Mayweather Foxhole.
Ah, Colonel Baloney. You're a thief and an extortionist. Hanging's too good for you.
Now, take it easy, Mr. Drysdale.
He tried to blackmail Mr. Clampett for $1 million.
I know the charge, and the moment Mr. Clampett identifies him, he'll be arraigned.
I'll identify him. He's a crook and a murderer.
Murder?
That $1 million would have come from my bank.
And believe me, that would have killed him.
Stand aside, you miserable money merchant.
You touch me with that, and you'll receive the thrashing of your life. Now, look, that did it. Thrash him, Miss Hathaway.
Control yourself. Would you please drive him around the block till he cools off?
Of course, Lieutenant.
Well, keep your eyes open for the Colonel's accomplice. We think she may still be hiding in the neighborhood.
Oh, yes, that's the young lady who claimed to be Emmeline Fetty from back in the hills.
Actually, her name is Rita Rio, alias Country Kate, and she's one of the cleverest girls in the whole extortion racket.
She's a shameless Jezebel. She deliberately tricked Mr. Clampett into a compromising situation and took pictures with which to blackmail that
Mr. Drysdale, we know what she did. Now, the moment she's apprehended, she'll go to jail.
If the Clampetts find her first, she'll never make it to jail.
What do you mean?
Did you ever hear of mountain justice? An eye for an eye. They're probably out right now tracking down that girl with their trusty bloodhound.
Mr. Drysdale's dog can sit up and speak. You can't even fetch a stick. Now watch. Go! Get it, go! Get it, boy! Get it, go! Now watch.
Jethro,
Duke?
come over here. I want to talk to you.
Listen, Duke. When I said that Mr. Drysdale's dog could speak, I didn't mean words. I meant whoofs and barks and arf, arf, arf. Like that. You know? Emmeline?
Shh. Help me over.
Well, where you been?
I've been hiding.
Well, who from?
The police.
What for?
They think I was trying to trick y'all out of money.
You? Dumb old country girl? Trick us? That's allowed?
Yeah, ain't it so?
Why, everybody knows the Fetters was the dumbest, tackiest, homeliest bunch in the hill.
I know it.
Oh, come on now. Don't go to bawling. For somebody to come from a box of culls, you ain't such a mess.
Thank you, Jim.
As for being dumb, you got to remember, next to me, pretty near anybody'd look dumb.
Gee, I wish I was as smart as you. 'Cause then I could figure out how to get away from the police.
Well, I'll think of something for you.
Oh, would you, Jethro?
Why, sure. It'd be a shame to let an education like mine go to waste. Besides, I kind of like you.
You're just teasing me.
Oh, no, I ain't. Well, why, one time I was thinking of...
Jethro, remember you were going to help me figure out how to get away from the police?
Oh, yeah. Well, I'll sit right down here and get my brain to clicking. I think better setting. Now, let's see.
I sure do appreciate this. Jethro. Jethro.
Did I think of something?
Oh, yeah. And you talked in your sleep, too.
Well, what did I say?
Well, you said since the police were looking for a dumb old country girl, that I ought to sneak up them back stairs and put on one of them fancy dresses that Ellie give me.
Yeah?
Then you said you'd learn me how to be a sophisticated city girl, and police would never know it was me.
Hot dog! I sure come up with a dandy, didn't I?
You did.
And that was just while my brain was a-coasting. Think of what I'd have come up with if I'd have thrown that scamp into high gear.
Why, it plumb scares me to think about it.
For the last time, I implore you, do not summon Mr. Clamper to this door and unleash upon my snowy brow the fearful fury of mountain vengeance.
Mr. Clampett has to identify you and sign a complaint.
Then I warn you, my blood is on your hands, and upon your conscience the everlasting...
Doggy, I thought I heard speech making out here. Come on in, Colonel Foxhole. You too, young fella.
That is Foxhall.
Oh, glad to meet you, Mr. Foxhole. You two got names a heap alike, ain't you?
My name is Richards. I'm a bunco specialist.
A bunco specialist?
Yes, sir. I handle frauds, swindles, blackmails, things like that.
Maybe it's none of my business, Colonel, but why would you want to take up with a swindler?
No, you don't understand.
Well, look who's here, Colonel Foxhole. And who's this young feller?
Granny, the name is Foxhall.
Howdy, Mr. Foxhole.
No, I'm not Foxhole.
He claims he's Richards, but I hear tell that criminals changing their names a lot.
Criminals?
He admits to being a swindler and a blackmailer.
Just a minute. Let me see if I can get this straightened out for you. My name is Frank Richards. Lieutenant Frank Richards.
Now he's claiming to be in the Army.
What do y'all do down here? Oh, howdy, Colonel Foxhole.
Foxhall.
Oh, you call him that? He won't answer to that name.
Before things become any more confused, we're here for one purpose, to have you identify a criminal. Now,
Well, how can I do that when you can't make up your own mind who you are?
is he a criminal?
Indeed he is, Jethro. Seize him.
No, wait a minute. I got it.
Excellent. Now you hold him while I go summon help.
Stop him! Hey, Uncle Jed. He's got a gun under his coat.
What could you say?
Quiet, ornery rascal.
Now, look.
Young fella, it's bad enough being a swindler, but when you come into my home toting a pistol, you done muddied up my creek.
You're going to get a whooping. Take him to the woodshed, Jethro.
We ain't got no woods yet. I'll take him to the cellar. Down! Now, you just stop squirming.
Hey, Jethro, what you got there?
I got me a little old swindler, that's what.
Oh, what you doing with it?
Oh, I'm taking him down to the cellar. Miss, can you make him turn loose of me?
I sure can.
You can't either.
I can, too.
You can't.
Can.
Can't.
I'll show you. Oh, now I've got me a little old swindler.
You give me back my swindler.
Oh, howdy, Mr. Drysdale. Come in, come in.
Thank you, Mr. Clampett.
You missed a big excitement.
Oh, really?
He done nabbed us a swindler.
Oh, yes, I know about that. Where is the scoundrel?
Got him tied up down the cellar.
Oh, good, good. I was hoping you'd give him a taste of mountain justice. He's a charlatan, a blackmailer.
He may be all that, Mr. Drysdale, but you got to admire his spunk.
Spunk?
Granny done dusted his britches twice, and he still claims to be a detective.
You're a sucker.
By dingies, I'll get the truth out of that rascal as soon as I get this thing trimmed down. Colonel Foxhole, what are you doing in my broom closet?
Just waiting for this golden opportunity, my dear. The opportunity of being alone with you.
Huh? What you mean?
The very moment I first laid eyes upon you, my heart has been your prisoner. It was love at first sight. Now I can only think of Granny. Granny. Granny.
Hold it right there.
Did I say something wrong?
Yeah. Call me Daisy.
Ah, fairest flower of the field. How like the petal of a daisy is your soft, delicate hand. She loves me. She loves me not. She loves me. She loves me not.
Do this pedal again.
She loves me.
Stop Stop right there, quick, while you're ahead.
Now I must say farewell, dear lady.
Where are you going?
Because I must flee the hounds of injustice that even now are baying at my heels. But I shall treasure this moment forever of being alone with you, and I shall carry throughout eternity the memory of your beauty and the dream of a love that might have been. Farewell.
Hold on, Colonel! You have done away with the stopper under my nose. Now don't go running off with the jug.
There's the swindler.
Colonel Foxhole? Foxhole, alias Freddy the Fox, alias Lay on the Lip.
Never mind that. Arrest him.
Don't lay a hand on my colonel.
Your colonel?
I done made a prisoner of his heart. Ain't I, Gaylord?
Indeed you have, Daisy.
Have a petal.
Doggy. Look like Granny's got a fish on her line.
Granny, the colonel is going to jail.
Oh, no, he ain't.
Look at that rascal. He's going at it like corn on a cob.
And I ain't gonna let him eat and run.
Mr. Clampett, this man tried to take you for $1 million.
Give it to him, Jed.
Are you going to allow this
Hush up, everybody. 2's company, but 5's ridiculous. Gaylord and me is going for a little stroll in the garden.
You're letting him get away?
He'll escape.
Oh, he ain't going nowhere. Granny done buttered that old cat's claws.
But, Mr. Clampett...
Now, look, I know that the colonel has got its faults, but they say that the love of a good woman can work wonders. Now, you leave this all up to us.
Won't you sign a complaint for me?
No. You give us a little trouble, but I ain't going to complain.
Emmeline? It's me, Jethro. Howdy, Val. Is Emmeline here?
I'm Emmeline.
Hot dog! I done worked my magic on you, didn't I?
Oh, dear. I reckon you're smarter than a circus dog.
Well, yeah. If I can learn you to talk as good as me, you'll fool police for sure.
Think you can?
Oh, heck yeah. You ain't no dumber than old Duke, and I learned him.
What do you want me to do?
Well, let's hear you say, the goo in the slough gets mainly in your shoe.
The goo in the slough gets mainly in your shoe.
I think you got it. You might find it hard to fit it into a conversation, especially during a dry spell.
I'll watch for my chance.
Now I got to learn you how to walk.
Well, I know how to walk.
Oh, you know how to walk country. I'm going to learn you how to walk city. Now you try.
How's that?
Done it again, didn't I?
Just a regular genius.
Yeah, I reckon so.
Now all I gotta do is get to town, find me a job, pick out a new name.
A new name?
Yeah. Police are looking for Emmeline Fatty. I gotta change it.
Oh, yeah. I got it, Alberta Fetty.
No, I think the Fetty has to go too. What I need is a city name.
Well, how about Chicago?
I mean a Christian name.
What about St. Louis?
I'll think of a name while I'm looking for a job. Jethro.
Oh, no, that's my name.
Do you think I could pull a job? I mean, get a job at the bank? I mean, do you think Mr. Drysdale would recognize me?
Heck no. Well, I didn't even recognize you, and he ain't half as smart as me. I'll even learn you to decipher.
Oh, boy.
Oh, no, that won't work. I done made you too pretty.
What do you mean?
Well, his wife is jealous as a cat with one kitten.
Really?
Why, if she saw him with you, why, she'd snatch him bald.
You just drop me off at the bank. I'll take care of things from there, Jethro.
Oh, are you fetching along your cuckoo clock?
Oh, well, it needs repairing.
Well, don't take it to the camera store again, you dumb old girl.
I will.
I'll show you a place right near the bank on Beverly Boulevard.
Say, there's a name I could use.
Boulevard?
Beverly.
Oh.
All I need's a surname.
Galahad!
Jethro.
Done it again, didn't I?
Excuse me, Chief. This young lady is a special investigator from the district attorney's office.
Yes, Mr. Drysdale. We've recovered an important piece of evidence. The camera with which Emmeline Fetty took those incriminating pictures of Mr. Clampett.
Excellent, excellent. See that she gets the calendar I promised that jerky detective.
You see, Mr. Drysdale, the camera is concealed within this cuckoo clock and is activated by means of an electronic triggering device.
Poor, simple, trusting Jed Clampett. He still doesn't know what happened.
Precisely why I came to you, Mr. Drysdale. I thought a man of your intelligence and sophistication might be able to help me reconstruct the modus operandi used by this Emmeline Fetty.
Oh, I'd be glad to cooperate.
Excuse me, that isn't her real name, is it?
No, it's Rita Rio, alias Country Kate.
That's too bad I didn't see her first. I would have spotted her as an adventuress immediately.
Really?
Oh, yes. Of course, as president of a bank, I have to be able to judge character at a glance.
So young to be a bank president.
Young in years, perhaps, but in wisdom and experience. Anyway, you may return to your office. This is a confidential crime detection matter. Take a coffee break. Now, where were we?
We were going to try and figure out how Mr. Clampett could have allowed himself to be photographed in those incriminating poses.
Oh, well, that's not hard. First of all, you've got to remember that he's a simple man from the hills, naive and unsuspecting.
Just the opposite of you.
Exactly. She probably put this cuckoo clock on a table or dresser or something, and then concealed this gadget in her hand.
I see.
And then she probably threw her arms around him and
You mean
kissed
like
him.
this?
Yeah, it was probably something like that.
I'm so grateful to you, Mr. Drysdale.
My pleasure. Let me know how things develop.
Oh, we're expecting a development very shortly. And we will make sure that you get the picture.
And they talk about police brutality.
Uncle Jed, I've done decided on my life's calling.
Well, good, boy.